entering our virtual sacred space because this is our full moon tarot reading. So excited.
Super excited, and thank you for my tarot reading. I'm excited to see what the ethers have to say to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that you asked for a reading first, and you were willing to have it recorded and broadcasted to people. So I appreciate that so much. And this is a great beginning. Like the full moon is a time for achievements and celebrating your goals, like celebrating yourself. So like with this relaunch of my YouTube channel and me just fully stepping into my purpose, without the hesitation, without the doubt, like this video and this reading is coming right on time. So I appreciate you. And before the recording, you was playing the guitar. So you were already like setting the space with sound. I felt like, I'm like, oh, that's such a great way to start us.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. As soon as I like strummed the chords, it was like, okay. Like it felt, my heart felt it. But that's the thing about music and vibrations, like, because I'm not even a guitar player. Like I would not say that I am a guitar player. Okay, we are not there. But strumming and hearing those sounds and the chords, it resonates.
I agree. And you know what? As long as you're dedicating that time and you making that space, you are a guitar player. You're at the start of your climb to the top.
Come on.
Okay, so we are clearing the space. I'm going to be reading your cards from 2 decks today. This is something that I've been trying out. I wanted to give you a general reading to start you off. I'm going to use my World Spirit deck and my pretty wooden box.
Ooh,
I love this box.
That is a box.
And I'm going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot, the ever popular.
Oh, she cute.
Right? So what's different is that, like, normally when I'm in person, I have my clients touch the cards and shuffle them to spread that energy. But I want you to just think it to yourself. I'm sure you've been sitting on whatever was like on your heart from last night, but just like think it to yourself. I'm going to shuffle the first deck and I'm going to switch my camera because I'm so excited to use this other camera to show my hands.
Because you doing it, girl. I'm proud of you.
Oh gosh, thank you so much. I'm just trying, use my resources. So this is the World Spirit First Edition deck.
First edition.
Yes, first edition. There have been others. So ironically, the second edition has a different back and a couple of the images are different, but in the second edition, they're pretty much the same images. And I am not like spades player, card player, so I'm not gonna do no like fancy shuffling, but it's gonna get shuffled. Were there any intentions that you do want to vocalize while we shuffle and we're getting like our cards together?
Clarity was the first thing that came to my mind as you begin to ask the question. And direction, so clarity and direction. I told you I would been like manifesting all morning and just like focusing my energy on what I want, and then also gratitude, just really being grateful and being present to be grateful for all of the amazing things that has been unfolding for me, like in the present, but then also the things that have just been unfolding and coming through for me for my entire life, and knowing that I am worthy for all of those things to happen and more, and being grateful for what I have, what I had, and what I will have.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. And from the outside looking in, you are such a go-getter, an ambitious person. You're always doing things. And I'm only seeing a sliver, of course, of who you are and what you do. But I appreciate it a lot. So clarity is coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So my little ghetto shuffle we did. I'm going to cut these cards up a few times and we're about to get into it with the first deck. Okay, so I love to do 3 cards. Sometimes you could think of them as past, present, and future. But I just like to go 1, 2, and 3. So here we go. Sage of Swords. Ooh, I love that autofocus. That was beautiful. The Lovers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And the Ace of Wands. OMG. So what's interesting is that this card has been coming up a lot lately for me in my readings. Like I said, I let my clients shuffle the cards. So when I see certain cards come up a lot, I'll be trying to get into. So let's start off with, you have the Swords card. The Swords is the element of intellect, air, communication, words, just like, the way that you are communicating with yourself and others. And the Sage is like the king. Like if you look at him, like he is not playing around.
He looked pretty boss. Like
He's super boss. Now the interesting part about this card is that he is very very kind of like two-sided with the words. So yes, he's a strong ruler, reliable ruler, but he can cut people down with his words. He can like sometimes say things the wrong way, or not even the wrong way, but say things too logically and not heartfelt. So with this card, I want you to think about where is your heart in what you say? Where is the logic? Is there a balance between logic and heart? Is there space for you to just communicate differently so that you can be received more openly? That's kind of what Spirit is telling me right now. And the Lovers card is one of my favorites. I actually tattooed this on my leg like a couple years ago. I was
definitely one of the faves. You got it tatted.
Man, I did. I actually got 2 tarot cards tatted on me now that I think about it. But this card is great because we have Kuan Yin and Pan. These are like mythical beings or people of a magical realm, different cultures. And these figures here, they don't just represent the love of another partner. They represent self-love, like the way that you show that love to yourself. And these mythical beings above are like the blessing and the anointing of the higher power for you to share love, have love, be love. And really just wonder, like, are you giving yourself the same passion and intensity as you give others? Because I know for me, I tend to go hard for others more than I do myself. I don't give myself that equal, loving intensity and attention. So this card is definitely, in connection to this one. How are you communicating with others? How are you showing love through communication? Which is actually pretty interesting because we got here because you called me yesterday just to chop it up. So like I see that manifesting right there.
Yes, manifestation. That's how we got here.
Yeah, that's literally how we got here. And then the wands, that is the suit of your desires, your ambitions, your the way that you approach your goals in life and your fire and your passion for life. And this is the Yoni sign. That is the sign, the aces, beginnings. Things are opening up. Ooh, my bad. My phone is not on silent. So yeah, so this is a kind of a great card to have at the end because like while you are a fierce ruler, like the words are on point, language is on point, learning to love yourself, learning to love others, and then that's going to catapult into new projects. And you were telling me about a new project just last night. Yes. Just last night, we was talking about new projects, newness popping.
You know what's crazy? And one reason why I've been like so in gratitude this morning and just manifesting this morning. One, because new moon, full moon, okay. But not even just that, because I didn't realize it until you said it last night. But literally after I got off the phone with you yesterday, I got off the phone with you, I was like, I had talked to Mama Tess, shout out to Mama Tess, earlier in the day, and she sent me a project, that she had wrote. And she sent it a while back, but she reminded me yesterday. And I'm like, you know what? Send it to me. I'm going to read it today. I'm going to read it today. And then I got caught up doing a whole lot of other things. And it was like 9 something at night. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm reading this tonight. I told her I was going to read it. I'm going to read it. I told her I would read it twice. And so I did. I read it twice. And then like I took notes and I called her. And so that is a project that we are going to start working towards this year. Really dope, really dope. So shout out to Mama Tess. So we're going to start working on that this year. I'm already like mentally plotting that course for that. But then also I told you about a book that I'm working on. But
Yes.
then again, right after I got off the phone with you, got 2 calls. One I made, the other one I received, pretty much back to back, and 2 new positions. So,
What?
so really excited about that one. And they're pretty much exactly what I wanted. And so I get to be creative. I get to learn, which I love, and gain experience and resources and connections and just hone my craft, specifically in one of them, filmmaking. So, and that was like right after I got off the phone with you. That was like the rest of my night. It was like bop, 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 bop. And I'm like, praise the Lord. All right, won't he do it? Thank you, guys.
Oh my gosh,
like bop, bop, bop.
that
So
is
yeah,
so much new beginning,
so much new beginnings. So much
right?
new beginnings.
Well,
And
you
I
know
am
what?
so excited about it.
With all of that in mind, maybe this Sage of Sword is like a forewarning, right? Maybe it's a forewarning about how to communicate in these upcoming projects.
I also strongly identify with both the other cards too, because first the Sage of, and one, when the love card flipped over, I had just checked in and was like, love. I had just said it to myself when you flipped the card over, like right before you flipped the card over. And I was like, okay, received, universe. All right. But the first one, when you explained it, I'm like, that makes sense. I like to believe because I am. Let me stop saying believe. That means you don't know where. I know
Right.
that I'm a boss. I got boss energy. Okay.
Yes.
I also know that I'm a lover. I lead with love, and I try to let all my actions come from love because I strongly believe that love is all there is. But communication is important because I've been, since, coming into the new year, right before the new year, and then after the new year, I've been having several conversations with myself and other people about some things that I want to work on for myself for the new year. And for me, one of the biggest things is communication. And so I was just having a conversation with one of my best friends the other day, and I was telling him how I want to, and I did a rites of passage program a few years ago, and one of the biggest things was me healing my throat chakra. And for most people, that's crazy. They're like, "What, girl? Talk? You can talk." That's literally one of my career paths. Is what I've been doing since forever. I'm
Yeah.
a talker. I'm a host. But it's not just speaking; it's speaking up for myself.
Yeah.
And that is the part that I need to work on. And so I was just telling him, just if not yesterday, day before yesterday, I was telling him like that was one of my big goals for 2023 and beyond for the rest of my life. I'm going to say what needs to be said, but I'm going to make sure I say it with love and respect, but I am going to say it. And so when you start explaining that card, I was like, oh, received. Okay.
Wow. And that connects to the lover's card a lot. If you're talking about like self-advocacy.
Yeah. And that's why I was another reason why I was like excited when you started explaining the love card. Cause my second thing, one of the biggest things I want to incorporate this year and beyond is more self-love. Like my words was radical self-love, radical self-care, and really pouring into me because I deserve it. And going back to what I said earlier, knowing that I'm worthy of it.
Wow. Oh my, so you had a lot of internal reactions because I cannot read your face.
Yeah, I was in me while you were saying stuff like go crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I'm O for O. Like I will say in the 7 years I've been reading, like the cards and it be the cards. I'm just literally reading the cards. And I do have moments where something not audible, but something is telling me to say specific things. In the Kwanzaa event that I did last Friday, I have people pull the same card. Different people pull the same card, but I didn't give the same message. So yes, thank you for affirming what I was getting from the reading, but now I'm about to do the other 3 cards because we're not done.
Because you on point, so I'm excited.
Hey, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Okay, so I kind of want to keep these in view. So I'm gonna push these up a little bit. I was shuffling this deck as you were speaking. And I told you I'll do my little ghetto shuffle, be cutting the cards all type of ways. 5 of Wands. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. 5 of Wands. That's different. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, wow. You got 2 different wand cards up in this one. Okay, so as you remember, the wands is the suit of your desires, your ambitions, your goals, and the pentacles is the suit of your tangible things, earthly things, your home, your profession, your sense of security and being. So as you can see here, it's a conflict going on. It's a conflict. People are battling, they're fighting. Now, this could mean an intellectual disagreement. Like maybe you got to collaborate with someone where y'all don't quite vibe and gel on the same, philosophy of how to approach things. But with that Sage of Swords in mind, you are going to figure out a way to communicate and let this other person feel heard, this other person, and Wands is also about creativity and action and projects and your willpower. So that's really important to keep in mind. Like you might have some creative differences that might come up. Don't let it deter you. And like I said, this is your physical world, your finances, your work, your all of the things that sometimes we can get misled by. Like people sometimes work to have things, but things are not the goal, And the Knight is a dependable person, very serious work ethic. They know how to keep their head down and get their work done. They have an attention to detail. And sometimes, the path that's not the easiest path is the right path. And the Knight knows that. And the Knight knows, like, I'm going to enjoy this process, although it might not be quick and simple. Like this Knight is very sure, and the Knight gets the job done. People call on the Knight to do a task. So this feels in alignment to that Ace of Wands, where the new project was beginning, right? And this 10 of Wands, though, you see she's struggling. She's struggling to hold up a lot of stuff. She's struggling, like, and maybe in a way that's like unnecessary, right? Overburdened. You're carrying large things. Maybe this is about delegation. Maybe you need to, like, and you were talking to me just last night about collaboration with folks. So maybe like reapproaching the way that you're putting your energy into something, and how can you be spreading your energy in a different place. Like this is like a burnout warning. And that's what I'm saying. Like from the outside looking in, you always doing stuff. You are always on point, posting, organizing, but maybe you got to ask for support in different ways or learn to pass certain things to different people. And that feels super in alignment to this as like the beginning of the end. Like it might be a little bumpy road, but it'll be worth it because you don't want to get burnt out. And I like to do this kind of like collective way to approach the cards. Like, how do we look at these like a cycle? So what I am, oh, that's the cord. I'm like, why is this card back? That was weird. Okay, so ways to show your self-love more, right, is to not burn yourself out. Not burn yourself out. Ask for help in different ways. Maybe give different tasks to different people. We said, like, think about how your communication can come from a loving place, because there will be disagreements, there will be philosophical work, conflict, but you're going to enjoy the journey. You're going to get it done. It might not look pretty. It might not look like how you want it to look, but you're going to do it. And this is the beginning. This is like the time for the new projects and the creativity and the willpower. That's kind of cray cray. That's cray cray.
A1. A1.
Wow. And I still call this a 3-card spread, even though we use technically 6 cards. It's just 3 cards from 2 different decks.
A1. A1, son.
Oh my God. Thank you.
A1. All of it really resonates with me. Like all of it. Even the conflict and like all of it. All of it.
Yes.
All of it hit spot on. And I like how the 2 different decks gave 2 different perspectives of the same situation, because it's duality, right? Like the first one to me was all like mostly positive. It's like, all right, you a boss, communication, self-love, doors about to open, it's about to be popping, but also like the other deck was like, beware of these things here, but also it's gonna be popping. So I love it. And I literally resonate with every single card. Like every single card you pull, nice. I've been either thinking about, manifesting, actively working towards, going through each and every card. So A1.
That's wonderful. Do you want to screenshot it before I switch my camera back? Are you good?
Don't tempt me with a good time. Okay.
You know what? I like to ask people that because that you might want to come back to it later. You might, and the images are just beautiful, and so they kind of stick in your mind too.
I don't know if I screenshotted it, but I think I did.
Think you did.
I think I did. Let me see, because I also don't want to miss up the camera. Okay, let me see. Can you scoot the bottom ones up a little bit?
Up.
Proceed.
If I can. Yeah. This thing is like a dinosaur neck on it. Long neck dinosaurs. You want me to scoot up some more?
No, I think that's good.
Oh.
Yes. All right, I screenshot it.
Yay.
No, I did that time.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And a reading like this is only like $10. It's $10 when I
I better book her now. Hit her in her DMs.
And then I do a 1-card reading for $7 because 2 + 2 + 3 is 7. You're 7, and you'll still get a card from 2 different decks. So it's a 1-card reading, 2 different decks. And there's just so much myth about tarot. It's not the devil. It's not summoning spirits. Tarot feels like a reflection to me. It feels like it should bring up things, because this whole quantum physics, law of attraction, if we are godly beings, spiritual beings, and if what we say becomes what we attract and manifest, that means like there are these micro energies that come out and emanate, and they just go to whatever it's attracted to. So like, and I truly do feel that in tarot. Like there have been times where I'm like, man, I hope this person, is feeling this, because I've never had somebody say that don't make sense to me. That don't apply. That's not true. I did have one woman.
That's a win.
No, I did have one woman say that to me, and then as we kept talking, it totally applied. Like she was just
spoke too soon.
Right. Some people say no first before really processing what's going on.
Or it's because they don't want it to be true.
That part, that's the other part. Tarot will reveal some stuff, and everybody doesn't, everybody can't handle the truth.
I've been doing a lot of internal reflecting and being present on where I am, where I want to be, and how I need to get there, the things I need to shift within myself to get there. And I truly feel that within those 6 cards, the 3-card spread you did, it represented most of, if not all of the things, major key things that I have been reflecting on. So let the universe use you, sis.
Turn up. Well, we definitely need to have regular readings. I would love to just, even if it's like once a month, once a month recording, let's pop off, check in, updates.
Come on, that's accountability. That's like you said it.
Man, and in my full moon release video that I uploaded this morning at like 8:30 in the morning. I don't know. I guess I was just thirsty. Accountability is one of those. Accountability, just being more consistent, working on my poor customer service, all of these really ugly things. To self audit is kind of yucky. You gotta like admit you're not always on point,
That's the healing of it though, because you can't heal a wound that you don't know you have.
Facts. That is so real. That is so real.
So it's gonna be messy, it's gonna be hard, it's not gonna be easy, but it's going to be so worth it because the reward at the end of it is being a better you, being a more consistent you, being a more powerful you, being a more knowledgeable you, being a happier you. Because the things that we need to change oftentimes cause conflict. So that's the first place we need to look. Like, where is the conflict coming in my life? Where is the disagreements coming in my life? Okay, there it is. Now, what do I need to do to shift that? And then you'll end up having a more peaceful life because you've removed the conflict.
Yes, that is so true. And also, I keep thinking about this. I love those earrings. You wear them often.
Thank you.
Wear them
Thank
often. I'm like, and you was playing a guitar. It just made sense.
It
Like,
worked.
like, it worked. You got the music.
Thank you. Yo, so Miss Karen Triplett, shout out to Karen Triplett. She hand makes so many jewelry pieces. I have a bracelet, I have a necklace, I have these, and I get so many compliments on these. So Miss Karen Triplett, okay.
Yes.
Y'all check her out. She's amazing. I'll probably share her information on my socials or something because people need to support this queen. Not only is she amazing at jewelry, she works with crystal jewelry. She can tell you about the different properties of the crystals, but she also is an artist. And she's cold with the art tip too. She makes like wire flowers, which are beautiful. I have some of those, which I gifted to my mother. She also participated in our gala with the Healing Academy last year. It's 2023 now, 2021. And she did a graphite, amazing, beautifully done drawing. When I got married, she did the wedding photo. And so I still have that, which I'm going to give to my son when he gets older. So he'll always have that. But
that's wonderful. I'm super drawn to how thick that wire is.
Yes. And they're so light. Like it doesn't feel like I have anything in my ears. Yeah, it's very thick. That's how like they show up so well, but super light. They're not, you can tell it's not pulling my earlobe or anything. Like it doesn't feel like I have anything there. She's amazing.
I love that. And this is so on point because my YouTube channel is also going to be about style. Like the way I dress is my form of liberation and disruption and activism.
It's definitely artistic expression, sis.
Yes, so we are on brand. I'm trying to think of a series, because I think for the channel it works in small series. So when I figure out the series is, I'm gonna have you back on as a guest. We're gonna go through your little closet a little bit,
I'm gonna pull out the rack, show some pieces you can.
Yeah, and I wanna touch on how divination is infused with when I get dressed in the morning. Like when I get dressed, it is a sacred ritual. I feel like I am charming everything that I choose. Yeah, and I wanna give like a behind the scenes on even how I get dressed. Like I use the elements and principles of art as like another foundation of how I get ready on top of the divination aspects. So
you better. I want to get dressed with you in the morning. I want to be in the room. Some of the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
And I am working on it. Yes, I'm figuring out reels. I'm like sinking my teeth into all of the things that I told myself was intimidating, but it is not. So
It is
stay
not.
tuned. Stay.
Because you're doing it, honey. You're currently doing it. And I am for it. I am here for it. However you need my assistance, let me know, sis. I'm down. Your ideas are amazing. And I'm gonna be listening and tuning in and following. If you want me back,
Ah, yes. Dope, 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 dope. Okay, well, let's end this recording so then we can have a normal conversation. I try to keep my videos real short and sweet for all the people on the go and short attention spans and all of that. But thank you so much for being here, and we will definitely check in again in February.